My name is Jeff.
Hello everyone, this is Mr. Zilla here, back at another video. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing the Titan Evolution Godzilla figure. And I have seen this figure at my local Target like recently. And I remember seeing this guy like the first time when they brought him in store. But yeah, we're going to be reviewing this figure on how he looks, what details, what difference it is. But first, let's look at the package itself. So here is the packaging of the Titan Evolution Godzilla figure. And as you can see at the corner over there, there are two pictures of the Titan Evolution Godzilla figure where it shows the figure itself in the rubber skin, and it reveals the figure, what you get when you peel the rubber, well, skin off, of course. And of course, there's another corner that says peel here, which it shows you, oh, like you could like, it's basically kind of like a, like you could see it for yourself type of thing. And you can do that in stores, but I do love the packaging, how it looks, and it's very like in a safety like package, because those little ropes, they were very hard when I first got them. They were very annoying to open with. But let's look at the package behind the box now. And now here is the behind the box of what the package looks like behind the box, and it shows the rubber skin rubber, of course, figure, and there is the real other figure that's inside. It shows the Evolution Godzilla, and over there there's a text that says two figures in one, and it says peel skin to reveal Godzilla evolved, which honestly I love this concept idea. You get a rubber like skin suit. Kind of reminds me of the man in the suit all of a sudden. But yeah, I really like how the behind like of this package looks. There is no description, sadly, with this one. But yeah, let's move on to the figure itself right now then. So here's the figure itself inside of this rubber Godzilla skin, which honestly, it feels really neat, honestly. And of course, I love it how it looks. Like, look at this. Look at the nice, like, light blue color they used for his dorsal flay pins. And look at the details they added. Look at his dorsal flay pins. I know that they're not colorized, but still, you can feel the tail. Like, you can feel the figure itself in here as well. I mean, look at all the details that this guy has. And look at this cute little derpy face. It's so cute. But yeah. And something interesting about it is that you can move this figure, actually. Yeah, look at that. You could actually move the figure in this, like, rubber suit, honestly. Because look at that. You can move it itself. Same goes to this one. But I would say don't move it too much, because I do not want this figure to be ripped, honestly, because look at this. It looks like it's ripping, but it's not at all. But yeah, I would recommend not to move it too much. But the tail, same as well. This tail can move inside of the rubber suit as well. The legs, it can move-ish. It can move a little bit. But yeah, like I said, I would recommend don't move it too much, because you might rip the rubber suit skin. But yeah, and also, it could stand really well, I must admit. And interesting enough, if you look at his chest area, there's a huge, like, door, like a skin door, and if you open it, it reveals the figure. It reveals, like, the chest of the figure, and of course, that's why it said peel, like, reveal, or here on the packaging of it. So here's the little door, what it looks like. And of course, you can put it back in, but for mine, it's kind of hard to put it back in, which I'm literally having a real struggle to put this guy back in. But yeah, that is the big reveal, like, of, oh, the figure's inside this cool rubber suit skin. And of course, I thought it was pretty interesting of this cool specific idea, and I remember getting this. I was really excited. And I believe this figure cost only $15, I think, this figure much cost, and I really like this idea. But overall, let's get the figure out and review the figure and the rubber skin last. So yeah, let's do that with this guy right now. So here is the Titan Evolution Godzilla figure, not the rubber skin one. This is the actual figure in the rubber skin. And honestly, he doesn't really look that very different. He still looks the same as the separate evolved Godzilla figure with Heat Ray. But there is a big difference with this figure, and if you look at this figure, his arms can move up and down, which in the original figure, the evolved Godzilla figure, cannot have this articulation because the other one, it can move like this. But this one, it can move up, down, have a whole 360-ish on his body, which, well, not his body, but his arm, which I am very impressed with this figure. As you can see, there's the joints, you can move it up and down, which is pretty cool. His leg, not much of a big deal like his arms, but you can swivel his feet. That is pretty cool. And let's talk about the tail. The tail, it has a good paint. You can see it's not like a very sloppy paint at all. They did really well on his painting on his spikes on his tail, which is pretty cool. And right here, these are his spikes, which I can see why they made them short, because the rubber tail is very rubbery, and of course if these were longer, it could rip the rubber tail. So I can see why this was his longer spikes at the end of the tail were short. His translucent spikes, they're very good. I really like translucent on Godzilla spikes on his figures because I think they're pretty cool. Of course, this guy, he could open and close, but this one, he has a painted tongue and much good painted rows of teeth, I must admit, which I like it. His skin tone is very, well, the same. It's blue, not gray, which I really wish it was gray. But, interesting fact, the tail, if you pop it off, the tail has a string attached to it. Yeah, I'm not joking, this tail has a string so you won't lose it, and plus if you have a hard time connecting the rubber skin into the Godzilla's, well, tail, you could pop it off and put it in, or you could pop in the tail itself, which is pretty easy-ish. Well, mine's not really that easy to put in. Oh, well, it popped in, but it was hard to pull it out. But yeah, 360, and the tail has a string, which I really like that concept of idea, Playmates. That was a really good one. I love how this figure is. I think it's a pretty great one, honestly. Sadly, no atomic breath for this figure, but I can see why it's called Tine Evolution Godzilla, not Evolved Godzilla. But yeah, I really like it. Now, let's move on to the rubber skin of the Godzilla himself. Now, here is the figure, or not the figure, but the rubber skin himself, the Godzilla figure. And as you can see, I am adore and a fan of this rubber feel-like Godzilla right here. And let's look at its details, which I love the details of this figure. You can see the rubberness, well, not rubberness, but detail feel-like. So here's Godzilla's details. Look at his legs, they're very detailed. The whole rubber figure himself is very detailed. I mean, look at the tail, they added spikes, so much detail at the end. And look at his dorsal flay pins. They are in a color blue, which obviously he has blue dorsal flay pins, which they're very, it's like a spray, it's like they spray painted his dorsal flay pins, but not all the way, not even inside. But hey, this is a rubber figure, and I do love the blue choice they used for his dorsal flay pins. And honestly, I love this details they gave for this rubber figure, which I think it's pretty cool. And also, there is a little attachment, which is the door, of course. Well, I like to call it a door chest, which I already showed you guys this already. But yeah, but still, I want to talk about it, because you could put it in. It's so amazing, and I love the details of this. Look at his cute little hands. Look at that. And if we look at his face, he has light blue eyes and a colored pink tongue, which you could make little faces, like this one. Looks like he is suffering, but very cute though. I love it. And you know what's even crazier? This dude could stand on his own. I am not joking. This thing could stand on its own without the figure itself, which I think it is insane for a rubber Godzilla figure that could stand by itself without the figure. And of course, if we do a little size comparison with these guys, somehow Godzilla Evolved is shorter than the rubber suit Godzilla himself. Because look at that. he's somehow short, but this guy is way taller than this guy, which I think it's pretty insane, honestly. And of course, you could do a lot of things with this guy. It's very fun to play with. But here's the thing, might as well watch the dust, because there will be some dust lying around and it will be caught onto this rubber suit. So be aware of maybe some dust on your rubber Godzilla figure. But you could do this. This dude could stand up on its own, and look at the tail, man. It is very rubbery, and I love it. It's so rubbery, man. I love how it feels, and I think this is the most weirdest yet funnest thing that Playmates has ever made for their Godzilla x Kong toy line of all time. I think it is funny and interesting, and a very cool idea that they did this guy. I really like it. He's so cute. But overall, it's a really great figure. I love the rubberness, the figure itself. I love the articulation of the figure on its arms. Like you can rotate and move it up and down. I really like it. It's a really good articulation movement. But I have one issue of it. So Titan Evolution Godzilla got a toy commercial, and this is what the toy commercial said, and I will show you a video of it, what it says.
Transforming Godzilla is easy and fun.
This is not easy and fun at all. Taking the figure off of the rubber skin was pretty easy-ish, but do you guys want to know how long it took for me to put the figure back into the rubber skin? 5 hours! I kid you not, behind the scenes, it took over 5 hours to put this toy back into the rubber skin itself, and plus I almost ripped of one of the dorsal plate fin skins. I am not joking, that literally took me that much hours to put the Godzilla figure back into the rubber skin itself. But like I said, the figure is fun and great and all, but putting back the figure onto the rubber skin is not fun at all. If you don't believe me, this is what the commercial literally said.
You can easily take Godzilla back to his original form by reversing the process.
This was not fun when I did the exact same thing what the commercial literally said. This was not fun at all. But yeah, putting the figure back into the rubber skin is not fun or easy at all. Like I said, it took me 5 hours to put that figure back into the rubber skin. But it's pretty fun to take the figure off of the skin-ish. It's pretty fun to take it off. But like I said, do mind to be very careful when you put the figure back into the rubber skin, because it's very hard and you might need a parent or a guardian or any family relative or friend to help you put that figure back into the rubber skin. If you have that situation, try to ask someone to help you with that, because this was hard to put the figure back onto the rubber skin itself. But that is it for today's video. That was my review of the Titan Evolution Godzilla figure. There are some problems putting the figure back into the rubber skin, but so far the rubber skin, the figure, everything about this was a great and unique concept idea that Playmates did for their Evolution Godzilla figurine. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.